and her baby are alone at home when something very unsettling is caught on camera. According to the mother, she has no words for this terrifying encounter. The mother writes, "I thought I was hearing things at first, but then my back door motion detector went off. That's when I knew it was real." She further adds that only she and her child live alone in this house, so whatever was caught on camera had to be someone or something else. If no other child lives here, then who or what was captured? This is what was caught.
Essa risada foi do vídeo ou foi da sua casa?
Foi do vídeo. Eu ia perguntar a mesma coisa.
Tem certeza que foi do vídeo?
Eu ia perguntar a mesma coisa, para, cara.
Caralho, vai se fuder. Eu espero que você esteja gravando.
Infelizmente estou, mano. Ai, cara, que merda, senti alguém me cutucando, velho.
Como eu... Sou eu com meu pau, foi mal.
Out of nowhere, a child's giggle is heard inside the house. But even more creepy is the fact that her baby was already looking at the direction from where the laugh had come from. Initially thinking it was just in her head, she turns away from the source of the voice, seeming less scared, when suddenly the sound of running footsteps is heard. It is at this point that she begins to realize that maybe someone or something is inside her house. It was only after the motion detector went off that she quickly fled away from the scene. As we already know, there shouldn't be another child in the home. Yet, a kid's voice is heard inside. The mom further mentions that she looked around the house as one of her thoughts was that a kid had broken into her home, but after searching all over the place, there was no trace of anyone there. Of course, it's not certain if a ghost or an entity was caught on camera, but until more...
Tem legenda? Que você não deve estar entendendo nada.
Obrigado, eu traduzo em tempo real.
Questão disso, meu.
Valeu, eu traduzo em tempo real.
Não tô falando que eu sou tradutor em tempo real.
Então você tá achando que eu sou burro?
Sim, porque você já passou do português.
Cadê?
Passou de novo.
Cadê?
Passou. Você quer que eu não te chame de burro, amigão? Melhore então. Melhore então, beleza?
Tá bom, vamos ver, vamos.
A family in Mexico has been experiencing paranormal activity. From hearing random knocks on their door and opening it to find no one there, to seeing things inside their house move on their own, the family can't help but think that something very sinister is haunting them. Now, for some reason, these odd occurrences didn't happen until one day they heard a random knock on their door. Ever since then, they would wake up late at night to strange noises and other creepy occurrences that seemingly don't stop unless they are recognized. Given how often this occurs, the family has started recording these incidents. After being woken up once again by strange noises, a family member begins to record and captures the following. This is what they caught.
Son las... no sé si se alcanza a ver, las 3 de la mañana con 1 minuto, y mi hermana me acaba de levantar porque dice que se escuchan ruidos en el cuarto. Mi esposo y mi niña están dormidos y vamos a ir a ver qué se escucha en el cuarto. No hay nadie.
Você vê que eles estão dormindo até no cantinho ali, todo mundo juntinho, né?
E o foda é que eu não posso nem falar. Nossa, eu não faria isso, eu faria assim. Eu sou curioso.
Vamos mi hermana, mi hija, mi esposo.
Mas não é só tu não, mano. Acho que eu também fazia. Se o fantasma fosse comigo, eu comia logo, mano.
Porra, que me coma. Abra minhas pernas e me foda.
Aquí en este cuarto está solo porque en estos últimos días nadie ha podido dormir aquí. Como podrán ver, el cuarto está totalmente solo
É só ficar hablo.
y pues nadie duerme aquí.
Hablo.
Solo estamos nosotros. Mi hermana dice que se escuchan cosas, pero
Esperando que poro.
me asusté. Pero no sé, pues no se oye nada. No sabe.
Cara, esse me deu uma agoniazinha, mano. Esse me deu uma agoniazinha. Esse me deu uma agoniazinha, mano.
Amor, amor, levántate. Levántate porque allá le pegaron a la puerta. No sé qué pasó. Vinimos Sara y yo. Se escuchó la puerta. Se escuchó la puerta. Mira, acabamos de venir y no estaba así. Todos los cajones están abiertos.
All of a sudden, the bedroom cabinets are open. It's almost as though someone had ransacked the room before disappearing from sight. But the family knows it wasn't a person who did this, but rather something else. They continue to look around in confusion, trying to see if anything else had happened, when out of nowhere, this happens.
La niña está dormida. Estamos solos. No sabemos qué fue lo que pudo haber pasado. Mi esposo anda viendo.
Caralho, viado.
¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué es, amor?
Movió la puerta, no sé qué va a estar aquí, nada.
No hay nada. No hay nada en el baño.
Just what exactly had caused the noise in the bathroom? Like with most occurrences, the family can't seem to explain it. But surprisingly, it was thereafter that the occurrences stopped. It would seem that the family no longer experiences anything unusual. But then one night, the following takes place. The family is woken up by a shuffling noise coming from the same bedroom where the cabinets had been opened. They immediately begin to record when the following happens.
Estamos otra vez aquí. Son las... No sé ni qué horas son, pero se están escuchando ruidos. Y estamos solas. Mi esposo anda trabajando. Mis hermanas están dormidas.
Achei legal.
Calma, o que você achou legal?
Onde tá meu telefone? Ela gravando um vídeo. Oh my god, where is my phone?
Despiértate. Acompáñenme a ver allá adentro. Se están escuchando ruidos otra vez. Voy a despertarme. Ani. Amor, levántense por favor para que me acompañen a ver allá adentro. Se están escuchando ruidos. Vamos, agarra por favor a la niña. Dios mío, estamos solas. No sé si alcancen a escuchar. Se escucha el perro. ¿Qué hora son, hija? Son las 3:33 de la mañana. Ay, Dios. Estamos solas. Mi esposo le tocó trabajar hoy. Estamos nosotras solas.
Mano, essa é a luz do banheiro aberta. Imagina a conta que vem, mano.
Nem sabia que luz aberta tinha conta, tá ligado? Você quer que eu não te chame de burra, meu irmão? Melhor então.
Vamos assistir, vamos.
Você falou, cara. Eu tô literalmente.
Vamos assistir, vamos.
Caralho, Lucas, o que tá acontecendo, mano? Fala pra mim.
Hace como 15 días que se empezó. Ai, Deus. Ai, Deus. Ai, não.
O que era aquilo? Eu não vi.
Martelado do Chapolin Colorado.
Obrigado.
Ela tomou um.
Vai tomar um susto.
No sé si alcanzaron a ver, pero se movió la cortina. Acompáñenme, por favor, a ver si no es alguien.
Aí vai dar susto, velho. Eu não quero ver, mano. Abre logo, João, fiz.
¿Hay alguien? Ay, yo no quiero salir.
Ai, cara, eu tô me dando um negócio.
Somehow, the curtain moves on its own. Now, some think that a light breeze had made it move, which could be the case, but it still doesn't explain the strange banging noise that is heard, or why the dogs were barking non-stop. Maybe it is the case that somebody was messing with them, but other previous incidents make the family think otherwise. So then, just what exactly is going on inside this home? Like with most videos, there has yet to be a definitive answer to this question.
3.
Eu tenho uma
This
opinião, mano.
next video was shot
Deu essa opinião.
Não, não é nenhuma opinião, é mais uma realidade mesmo.
Pois de.
Como os caras não sabem o que é, mano, isso não faz o mínimo sentido. Lógico que relesoro cabrón, lo demônio de lo odio profundo, profano.
Cabrão.
De lo cabrón, la fúria de lo cabrón.
Ai, para, vamos ver o vídeo, por favor.
shot by someone who in the footage
A gente não tá de olho
seems to be
fechado,
taking the
lógico que a
view.
gente vai ver o vídeo.
Tá, não, eu tenho que pausar só pra te falar um negócio.
Depende do que você vai falar, mano, mas pode falar.
Não quero mais falar.
Of the river before them. All
Que
appears
bom,
to be normal
obrigado.
until the camera catches something from a distance. Upon zooming in, it becomes apparent that whatever was caught on camera had most likely ruined the mood of the person recording. Now there isn't that much info on the clip, but it still nonetheless speaks for itself. This is what was captured.
Domingo, curtindo uma cachoeira em Leeds, Rio de
É
Janeiro.
BR, velho.
Reparem no
Rio de
visual.
Janeiro.
Falando uma língua desconhecida, falando português.
Agora o melhor de tudo é essa queda d'água. Muita água. Muita força. Uhul! Ih, caraca! Tem uma coisa ali. Caraca, apareceu um cara ali no meio da água. Mozinho! Mozinho, você viu o cara no meio da água?
Oxi.
Caraca! Ali, mozinho!
Not too far from the camera, there appears to be someone, or something, bathing in the roaring rapids of the river. After being splashed by countless river waves, the figure all of a sudden vanishes. It's as though the waves had washed away the shadowy form, but then suddenly, it comes back for a split second before being taken away by the river. Now, even if we don't know what the person behind the camera is saying, we can hear it in their voice how baffled they are by the strange figure in the distance. Whoever,
Pô, que
or
pena
whatever
que
this
você não
is,
entende,
has
eu não entendi tudo desse vídeo, seu bosta.
Você entendeu? Pensei que fosse só eu também.
yet to be known.
Entendi literalmente tudo, seu lixo.
But I'll leave it to you to decide as to whether or not it's something paranormal. Unfortunately, the lack of info on this video makes it likely that we'll never know for sure.
A gente nunca vai saber de nada nesse canal, né,
Pô,
velho?
é porque esse vídeo foi muito casual, velho. Foi tipo, literalmente não parece nem que ser falso nem nada, porque foi muito instantâneo. Só gravando no rio, tô tranquila.
Colocar na edição ali, rapaziada.
Os caras, por que colocar edição
A
no vídeo
mountain
desse?
climber
Tá
from
ligado?
Mexico shares a chilling photo from his trip to the mountains. It was during a podcast that Jesus Olivares shared the image and recounted the
Jesus
story.
Olivares.
Doubtless, the picture is pretty creepy to say the least. In 2009, Olivares and a group of friends had traveled to one of the highest mountains in Mexico. The mountain is known as Pico de Orizaba, which has an elevation so high above
Orizaba.
sea level that it's nearly impossible to climb without an oxygen supply. Many believe that the mountain is uninhabitable for this reason, and therefore lacks civilization. However, many climbers have reported seeing silhouettes of people and other strange shadow-like figures when going up the mountain. While some think that this might have been other climbers in the area, many believe that this might have been the spirits of deceased individuals who tragically died during their climb. Now, Olivares admits to having seen things he couldn't explain. Perhaps this might have been the altitude sickness kicking in, as low levels of oxygen can cause people to hallucinate. But Olivares is certain that what he saw wasn't him just seeing things, but in fact, something real. And to prove it, he has a photo. In a podcast, Olivares claims to have seen shadows and heard distant voices while he and his friends ascended the mountain. These occurrences would come and go, but eventually stop at a certain point. They would continue climbing, feeling less spooked, before later stopping to take photos. Now, lots were taken, but one in particular would catch people's attention. After the trip was over, Olivares posted the pics on his social media and called it a day. But then, the day after, a strange comment was made below one of his photos, which read, "Nice pic, but who's the kid in the background?" Confused by the comment, Olivares, in response, asked, "What kid?" To which they replied, "The kid in the corner, who is that?" Olivares takes a closer look at the photo. He immediately got goosebumps. Olivares assures us that he and his friends, all adults, were the only ones present at the site. Initially thinking that it was just a rock, he shrugged it off as a case of pareidolia, but upon closer examination, there is clearly a child's face. It doesn't make any sense that someone, let alone a child, would be this high up in the mountain by themselves. Only explanation he can think of is that this was a paranormal incident. But of course, it is solely a theory among many others who've seen the picture. The photo continues to haunt him to this day, even though it was taken back in 2009, and the lack of an explanation reassures him that something paranormal
Caralho,
occurred.
por que eu tô rindo disso?
But as always, what do you think? Did Olivares capture something paranormal? Or might there be a rational explanation for this? Feel free to let me know what you think down below. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video.
Bora ver, agora era pra ser o vídeo mais
Now, this last
tenebroso.
video was submitted by Aaron Tipsy, who states that a friend of his had sent him a creepy video. In it, Aaron's friend can be seen sleeping inside their bedroom when something downright terrifying is captured. It's close to midnight when the following happens. This is what was caught.
Eita porra!
Me dá piroca,
What better
quero
way to
pica, dá
induce
piroca,
insomnia
quero
than by
pica.
watching a video like
Não tem,
this?
não tem como se assustar, cara. Quero pica, quero piroca, quero pica, quero piroca.
Não, foi
Now, it's
literalmente
worth mentioning that the same video can be found on
ela fez o
TikTok.
emote na vida real, olha, o
The
Fortnite.
context given for that video is different from the one that was sent to me. Aaron states that his friend has no recollection of ever doing this in their sleep, whereas the one on TikTok states that they were fully conscious when they did this.
Quero pau,
Whether
quero pica,
conscious or
quero pau,
not,
quero
the
pica,
imagery
quero
of this
rola.
video is still nonetheless pretty disturbing. Real or not, this here is a great source of nightmare fuel.
Sim, eu vou sonhar com a boqueteira fantasma.
Thanks for
Relaxa.
watching, and I hope you enjoy. Until next time.
Esse foi muito fraco, não gostei.
Que era fantástico.
Esse foi muito fraco, pô. No final ainda teve a pachorra de mostrar a porra da boqueteira fantasma, cara. Isso foi muito broxa.
Fantástico.
Não, não. Esse foi muito ruim.
Deixa eu mostrar uma coisa que foi ruim, meia-noite.
Não, não, não. Esse foi muito ruim, Lucas. Pelo amor de Deus, cara.
Foi não, foi bom.
Isso foi horrível.
Foi o melhor que eu já vi.
Teve criança mostrando a porra da cabecinha.